kind of warm in here. Oh, push that button. Hi, it's me. Um, Kind of late in the day. Did a ton of work on Fizz off stream, but I said I was going to stream every day this week. I think I said that. So let's just do this. So the thing, let's go over here. Hi, it's hello. Hi, by the way. Um, Nobody, I feel like no one cares about Fizz. It's okay. No one likes these work streams anymore. It's okay. It's okay. It's really okay. But I think it's good for me to like have an attention, like sit down, do it. Um, Seems like everything's working. Microphone. We lose audio again? By audio, I mean music. I'm just getting started. Okay. I don't have a good sense of the levels for that, which I probably should. So what I did quite a bit of work today, actually. The two major things I did, these are my stand-up notes for today. The two major things I did today were, one, I moved all of the, maybe I did three things today. Who can say? I did all of the audio processing. I basically moved all of that. We'll just save this. Who knows what we're doing here. Sorry, I'm gonna show and not just tell. So give me a second to find the thing. So the analyzer, pretty major rework of the analyzer. Where now all of my processing, I don't know what Unity's doing, whatever Unity is doing, but all of my processing, post-processing of the spectral data now happens in a job, which is kind of I don't use jobs very much unless they were I use them if they were like hooks provided to me, like in Unity's, that thing. What was that thing? Like Unity has some spline utilities that have like job interfaces, but this I think might have been one of the first times that I just made a job. It's not that complicated. It's basically just a for loop, and that's really all. Like it's a for loop. It's just the individual stages of that loop are managed by the job system so they can run in parallel and whatever. But basically all this is just it's the work we did before, which I don't even think I did that much on stream with it, but to kind of bin the audio data into these certain buckets. And another big thing I did is kind of rework how those happen. So now we have the option to have different kinds of buckets, like different arrangements of bands. The summary being, as you can see here, is like as you go higher in frequency, you need more room. I don't want to say this. To kind of have the same information, the same amount of information you would have in lower frequencies, just because of the way audio works, you need higher ranges at the higher end to store approximately the same amount of value. And so this is what I had before that was just based on some kind of like online named, like convenient names of some bands. Like this is sub bass, this is bass, mids, low mids, that kind of thing. I was looking at more kind of, I don't know, scientific's not exactly the right word, but more kind of deliberate ways to do that. And so I did octave bands, which makes a lot of sense. Like if you think of a piano from one C to another C as an octave, you're doubling the frequency from one C key to the next C key. And so these ranges are based on bands that hold about an octave worth. Or sorry, that's not exactly true. Like the scaling of them, of these bands, the rate at which they get wider and wider and wider is based on a 2-to-1 ratio. So just like the octave frequency is 2-to-1, like C3 to C4 is 2-to-1. It's related to that idea. And then you can do it in 1/3, so that's what this is, and you can do it in 1/6 of an octave and so on, whatever you want really. I put these in as lookup tables. I will probably clean this up because my favorite band, Hey Binary. My favorite band today, I can tell you, is this low frequency band that is seemingly only audible to ferrets. So like if you look in here, really down here for like C0, basically, ferrets can hear that. Nobody else can. Humans stop way up here. Ferrets can hear this. Ferrets can enjoy a range of music not available to us. So I'm going to say my favorite band right now is maybe from, in this range in here. Like the subhuman super ferret range. So it's apparently they do. I mean, it's weird to imagine a ferret like experience. There is a like for humans, you do still kind of think about the sub-bass region, like wherever that was up here. Like that's probably too low, really, now that I look about it. But anyway, there's like this sub-bass region that's sort of below the threshold of our hearing, but you can feel it. Can like there's a frequency, I forgot what it was, but some frequency like resonates. It's probably different for each person, but there's a range of frequencies that resonate with your chest cavity. And a ferret can just hear that. It's weird. Anyway, we now have the ability to do this, and we have the ability kind of per visualization to decide how we want to slice up the bands. So what did we do? We did the job system. We have like the different band slices now. And the thing I was working on that was built on top of that now is this new visualization. These are not good visualization names, but this ring visualization, that's kind of in line with what we were talking about yesterday. So actually, let's not do that. I need a better way to do this. This is slightly broken now. Just there's an execution order problem I have that I need to decide how I want to solve. And I haven't really decided how I want to solve it yet, so I'm ignoring it for the moment. But so if we go here and then back here, so we get this. This is the sixths of an octave. I don't even know actually how many bands we have here. How many bands do we have here? $61. Kind of tempted to add a few more bands to that just to get it to 64. Even though we'd be going like a little low. I tried to do it basically where I was including basically the range 20 hertz to 22050, which is based on the Nyquist formula, half of the sample rate, which is kind of the range that you can. There's the range of human hearing, and then there's the range that you can reasonably do the spectral analysis on, and it's about half of what the sample rate is. Maybe it's exactly what the sample rate is. Anyway, so there's about 64 bands here. There's a little bit less. Maybe I'll fluff it up. How is Bash? This is Quest, but the so you're probably right that the response of the Oculus Quest speakers are not responsive, like fully in this range, but I think it will still be an interesting visual, right? So especially for like really bassy things, you want to see them even if you can't hear them, I think, just because they're, especially like percussive things, are so fundamental to sort of the rhythm. So we'll see. I made this where it was very malleable in terms of like we can kind of add and remove these. I like the octave scaling. Both because it's intuitive and because I think it ties to music well. But in fact, we could do 1/12, which is what the semitones on a piano are 1/12, right? So if we did 1/12, we could basically exactly map all the keys on a piano. if we wanted to. Plus a little, like a bit lower and a bit higher, I would assume. Just in terms of visualization, that might actually be a cool thing to do for a piano track. Like try to map this as closely as possible to piano key frequencies. Maybe I'll do that. That'd be kind of cool. Like just pick the way you would do it. How would you do it? You'd get the center, like the nominal frequencies for every key on the piano. And then you can always know its bandwidth by going like the square root of 1/12 or something. And I'd have to think about the math, but you could basically turn, you could figure out exact mappings of the ranges of piano keys. Which probably is like basically how pitch detection works, probably, right? I would assume. If I was going to do pitch detection, that's how I do it. So maybe we'll do that. So that would probably be another good band layout to have, is just like the piano band layout. But what we have currently is this. And so if we hit play here, will this work? Really don't. I've complained about it yesterday. I'll complain about it again today. So I don't know how audible that is to you. So this is the 1/6. So it's, you know, it's around 64 bands, a little less, fewer. And so I kind of like the move of it. We could probably smooth it out a little bit, but there's something pretty nice about it, I think. Might be cool to see this with the with the 24, sorry, the 1/12, the semitone version, just to have even more density. The thing I'm really undecided is sort of like, what does this look like? I have a vague idea of what to do, so maybe we'll just start with the vague idea. We were looking at those crazy examples yesterday, like, I don't even know what did we find? There was just like some weird reference that we saw. Like some of them I thought were sort of cool. Like there's this, and it would be easy enough to do these. Like, of course, there's this kind of thing. These have a slight taper, it looks like, maybe. So, you know, we could aim for something like this. This is pretty close to what we're building, although obviously we won't have glow like this. We could also, you know, I hadn't thought of this, but we could also decide to do, I definitely want to start doing stuff like this. That was part of this sort of foundational building of today, just to start laying out some things to do what I want to do. But anyway, all this to say, I haven't really decided what this looks like yet. This is the very boring version. This was the very fancy, exciting one that we saw yesterday. But I don't know. Is this just duplicated a few times in space? Maybe. It's got more density than what we currently have. But again, it wouldn't be too hard to add the 1/12 thing. So, you know, this is maybe what I was thinking of for today. Just something like this. I did think this one was sort of cool. The mesh-based one I thought was kind of interesting. I thought some of the sprite-based ones, like there's something interesting about that. The sprite-based one, yeah, I don't know. Where do we start? So they could be sort of like physical objects. It could be a mesh kind of thing. We could do only from the, I mean, we could also just do all of them, because why not? But I'm trying to imagine what I think would look the coolest. cool. The idea of it being, I'm intrigued by the idea. This is hard to do, I should say, but the idea of having it sort of as a mesh, like an enclosed mesh, I think is interesting. It actually wouldn't be that hard. What you'd need is, Skojo, how's it going? You could imagine a disk just with the number of vertices that you cared about, and then you would just need some shader to That's cool. I kind of like the idea of a weird spirograph sort of thing. What's the theme of the new puzzle? I'm not crazy about this song. Oh, this is still playing in the background, making me sad that we didn't get there, but that's okay. Hit points. Whoa. Is this a new rule set? Is it like a Bloodborne fight? What would look cool? It'd be kind of interesting for these to leave some kind of trails or echo in space. That's definitely not easy to do in VR. Weird swirly things like this, where you have kind of like radial meters that are offset. This would be a little annoying to make. You could do it with line renderers. I guess a bunch of line renderers is how you would do it. I don't know. My instinct was to start with just bars. That seems a little boring though. Oh, interesting. Oh, that almost sounds like it is like slightly, it's kind of like slightly Wordle-esque in that there's the notion of things being correct, but in the, some things are in the right place, some things in the wrong place. Hey, cheerful Jan B. How was class? Scratcha, that sounds cool. I'm interested in solving that puzzle. This is just doing a work stream, trying to decide how this should look. One thing you could imagine with the, I think the overlap is a cool deal. Mesh. Can you make these particles? Pretty torn here, everybody. Uh-oh. I thought we broke the browser. It's troubling. Why? Why would OBS just die? I am a little worried that I'm like breaking things. I don't know. I mean, maybe that was something with Unity. Not really sure. Do have some weird errors there. Chrome was glitching out as well. I don't know. It really bugs me when that happens. It's just annoying later. Like, what am I supposed to do? I have a split video. Nobody wants to stitch those together. Who has time for such a thing? Also, I didn't realize it at first. I was just talking to no one for a minute because it's just what I do. Anyway, So, okay, I closed a few things. I don't know if it was a memory issue or what, but let's, if it happens again, maybe we'll just call it a day. Still have yet to upgrade to the new computer that I built so long ago. Should just do that. Should just do it, right? I don't want to stitch together. I don't want to stitch together 2 videos. Probably a really easy way to do that. MPEG stream clip, does that do that? So, anyway, I don't know what this thing looks like. So, we'll just look at some more images while we wait for... there's something cool about the mesh. There really is. Also seems kind of hard in an interesting way. This thing is cool. Like, these sorts of things can be interesting because they just have kind of a time. This kind of thing, it's like an over time kind of deal, which is cool. I don't know what this is supposed to be. These crazy ones. I mean, some of these could just be shader based. This one has cool skulls in it. Like, I wonder, I sort of just want to start a little simpler, I think. Oh, that's pretty. We do need to build some crazy kaleidoscope. I don't know if this is going to be the crazy kaleidoscope, but that feels like a thing we will end up with. Just because I can't resist. Okay, do we do this with sprites? Or do we do this with geometry? Or do we do this with a distorted mesh? Seems hard, unfortunately. I can see how to do it. Isaiah, how's it going? We're just working on the music visualizer. I'll stream some Sudoku over the weekend, but like, this one's not bad. This idea is pretty cool. There is something to this one. So let's just like think through it briefly. The idea, there's 2 ways I can imagine doing this, right? Either it's a single mesh and we're like deforming points and we're careful about our deformation so that we like maintain a border. But it's a thing we could figure it out. That is a thing we could figure out. Or it's like, it's not actually a big single mesh. It's really just a bunch of quads, basically. And then we have some deformation strategy for the quads. Now, even then, still we have some concerns about like our border thickness and whatnot, but I feel like it looks pretty cool. What about this? These beautiful kaleidoscope ones. We're definitely gonna make some kaleidoscopes. That is the thing we will certainly need to do. I don't know really how I want to do these in VR. Maybe they'll just be like spheres that you can stick your head inside. That'd be kind of funny. They could be like little helmets that you put on. I do kind of like that idea. Like, you just have these spheres floating in space. Okay, so I am, gosh, I'm sort of torn on this. I just really can't decide. I'm working on a music visualizer. So it's kind of inspired by old school, like Milk Drop or whatever, like Winamp visualizations. You can tell this is good by the era of this. You can tell it's good. But it's basically just software that you makes visuals based on audio data while you listen to music, and it was a real thing. The demo scene goes back a really long time, but as far as like music visualizers, it just went with whatever. It was a big thing in the late 90s and a bit in the early 2000s, I think. At least that's where I would pin it. Um, and it's kind of a lost art, unfortunately, especially as we've moved into like streaming services. And I feel like, I mean, there's so many gorgeous things in this realm. And so what I'm trying to do is sort of build a modern take on this for AR and VR. The helmet idea I think is very funny. Like the idea that there's just a sphere and you can grab the sphere and stick it. We're definitely going to do that. We're definitely going to make a weird head, or a weird set of spheres we can stick our head in. So anyway, I've been building the audio system. I've been building the AR VR system. All these pieces. It's been pretty complicated. And one of the things I was really working on today is like visualizing the audio spectrum with sort of more fidelity than I was previously able to. And I'm just deciding now how I want to style it. This stream's not going to be too long. I probably won't go much like more than another hour, but the general idea is that using the magic of fast Fourier transforms, which I feel like are one of the things that truly make it seem, if I was a person that believed we lived in a simulation, like FFTs would be the thing I would point to. I'd be like, yes, this is clearly too insane that this is a real thing. It's impossible that this is real, but it is real, and it's how the universe works. It's that any piece of audio that you're listening to can be broken down into all the constituent sine waves that make it up at different frequencies, and you can visualize what's going on in those different frequencies. And that is easy to say, but I feel like it's one of those things that for me, that I feel like if you really wrap your mind around that, it's insane that it is true. It just makes the world, I don't know, it makes the world seem impossible. It's so weird that is true. So anyway, we're taking the audio that we're playing, and we are getting the spectrum data, meaning we're just getting kind of the intensity at all these different frequencies, and then we're doing some processing on that to kind of group them together in a way that is a little more in line with how humans hear things, and then visualizing it. So, but I am just being so indecisive in terms of how I want to visualize this thing. I mean, the bars is a very easy answer. So maybe we just start with the bars. But then even then it's like, okay, well, are the bars just bars, or are they wedges, or what are the bars? Okay, we're thinking about it too hard. Let's stop thinking about it and just start doing something. So maybe the thing to start doing is just, do we do a bunch of line renderers, or do we do, what's the actual best way to draw this? Probably just a bunch of spheres and cylinders, right? Usually spheres and cylinders are a way to do things. So I'm going to start doing it this way. Maybe it's a bad idea. We shall see. So I think the first thing we want is a bar script. And we will put that on the bar. Excuse me? Can you just not? Okay, thanks, Unity. So I have a way that I think is novel. I mean, in that I think I'm the inventor of this. I don't know if it's good, and I don't know if I should be like gloating about being the inventor of it, but I have a strategy for this kind of visualization that I don't think I've seen before. Again, maybe it's common, I don't know, but I think it's cool. And the premise is, how do I want to do this? So the premise is, it's very normal, like when you're looking at audio waveforms, to show the peaks. I'm also tracking valleys over time and then doing a normalized value between there. And so it means that, and maybe again, I know it's pretty normal to do this with peaks. I think it's less normal with valleys, but anyway, it lets me get just like in a little snapshot of the last few seconds of music, like a pretty responsive, I think, and interesting measure of what's going on in the song at different frequencies. And so that's what we're going to use to drive these, or these kind of normalized values. So what I think we want is a recipe. I've done this kind of thing before as a way to like fake rounded lines. So we'll go with this strategy. It is an imperfect strategy, but I think it will work for 1 hour. So we'll basically have a so I don't know if this is really the way I want to do this, but at least it will kind of set up some infrastructure. Head, tail, body, basically. And then the idea will be thing I don't actually know is if the unity primitive cylinder is 1 meter tall or if it's 2 meters tall. I don't know. I think the what is the scale of this? Looks really big. So it looks several meters tall. Why is it? So it looks like it's 2 meters tall, so that's fine. So we'll have something that's like, let's just do this. No. I actually do want to be able to set this though. So let's make this a field that is float length 1. And actually let's make it a property. Because we'll drive this from outside. Ooh, I want to, okay, I'm not going to do your puzzle. Can I see it? Can I see if the grid, will you share the grid? Maybe I'll stream it tomorrow. Or this weekend. So the general idea will be that, and we also need a radius. Which is going to be a little trickier. But let's ignore that for the moment. Presumably the radius just is 1 already. So what we will need to do is say the body's going to be a cylinder. So let's just do this for the moment and say that the height, the x and the y, so x and z will be radius, and y will be the length divided by 2. Oops. And then the head will be, this is really just vector 3 dot 1 times the radius, I think. And that's going to be the same thing for the tail. And then the position of these, head dot local position will be equal to vector 3 dot up times, this may still be wrong actually, because we're going above and below. So I think this actually needs to be divided by 4. Right? Is that true? Because it was 2 units tall total. I don't know. I gotta think about that. This is probably wrong. Vector 3 up times the length. And then the tail will be times negative length. It's going to be something like this. This is probably wrong, but it's going to be something like it. Well, yeah, that's what we need is like some 80s stereo EQ. I mean, it would actually be cool. Now that you say that, it would be kind of cool to emulate that. Like deliberately make it kind of like a stack of, okay. I can sort of, problem is we want like a cool old, maybe it'd be sort of cool to have these as like a tower. Gosh, would that be cooler than the thing I'm building? Probably. Like a tower of cubes. I don't know. Check this old Yamaha. Ugh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Love the... the red and amber. Those almost look magenta. That'd be kind of cool to do something. Yeah, so the stack is pretty good. Should we do a stack instead? Should we do a stack additionally? I mean, once we write this, we'll be able to... I need some... I don't support stereo yet. That's a kind of a thing. I probably should. I'm really only listening to one channel. That probably should be configurable. Well, what is this? Wait, what am I looking at here? I've never heard of this. I mean, it'd be pretty good. Yeah, some cool glowy cubes. Just the glowiness is difficult. I've never played Stacker before. Is this a common thing? Okay, maybe we'll have a couple modes for this that it swaps through or something. But let's just start with this because I've already started this. We're on this path. The thing I've done before, something similar. I have some degree of confidence. The head, the tail. I did that wrong. Oh no, that's the body. The booty. And you're the head. Okay. That is wrong. But I think it's only wrong because I accidentally... Yes. Okay. So, is that 1 unit tall? Looks like it is. We need to subtract half of the radius from the height. Something like this. Oops. I don't know if that's right. It's gonna be something like that. Scams? What? What? Okay, so now we have kind of a capsule sort of This is very wrong. We need to... This is wrong. It's the... That's the overall length. So if the overall length is 2, if it's 1, it's 4. If the length is 4, why does that look like it's not? Oh, it has a collider on it. Get out of here. So, okay, I realize I'm being slow on this. So we want to, when we have a length of 4, which is the thing that we want. Meaning we need to translate by 1/2 of the length minus 1/2 of the length. Seems wrong. I think I'm doing something wrong. I think we're getting closer. But it still feels wrong. It takes forever. So subtracted half the radius. Is that not what I meant to do? Should I have added half the radius? That doesn't really make sense to me. Why would I be adding? There's a fundamental flaw with my math. So like, I guess we need it to be, so if it's 2, then it's 1/2 the length. No, we don't, okay, God, we don't need a radius adjustment at all. In this case. It's just where it is. Why did that seem like it didn't work before? Because I wasn't doing half the length, that's why. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's 1/2 the length. Okay, so now we have these buddies, and let's make a shader over in here, I guess. A unlit shader graph. I gotta clean up this project. Am I really gonna try to, I don't know if I'm gonna get to a beta by the end of this month. I would like to. I mean, I'll have something, I guess. At a certain point, I'm gonna have to take some paying work, which nobody wants that. Material, these names are all terrible. So let's use this, let's use this. And all of you friends will be rendered with this. And let's just do, that's one thing that's a little annoying here. It'd be nice to have them truly share material and not have it be instanced, all that stuff. Oh, those are kind of optimizations. We'll worry about them a later time. Let's see what we can do in 1/2 hour. So in the next 1/2 hour, I will do the following. I will do some Fresnel. What? And we'll just use the Fresnel as a lerp, I guess, between 2 colors for now. Nailed it. Sub-Zero Alpha. This is going to be beautiful. What? You're opaque. What have I done? Oh, I did. I plugged that into the position. That was a weird thing to do. that probably looks really cool somewhere in space. That probably looks amazing. Okay, so these colors are disgusting. Okay, so we got a little glowy friend. I want that the other way, actually, right? Have the more white in the middle, so it's more like it's white hot. Okay. And then we probably want, man, freaking glow. How do we want to do the glow? There's a couple ways we could do the glow. We could try to do it. It's just not going to line up very well, unfortunately. We could try to align it perfectly with a quad and a semicircle. It's probably really the only reasonable way to do it. Or like a hemisphere. I do know a silly trick. I know a very silly trick. I can't do it now though because these are separate pieces of geometry. Let me think about this for 1 second. Paint the normals. Could just be a translate. What I was just imagining is this is not going to work correctly currently because it's going to see the other sphere pieces, but there's a funny trick that is cool and cool people use it, and it looks like this. No, it looks like the 1 minus of this. And it's a way to almost make it seem like something's glowy, even though you can't glow by using the Fresnel and then having the Fresnel kind of fall off. You'd need to remap it to like bring it in a little tighter. Wrong way. What am I trying to do here? Like this almost. Yeah, and then you can get you want more softness though. I mean, we effectively want softness, and then we want a hard point. So we could do it. Actually, the easiest way I can think of doing it is with a gradient and then a sample gradient. We don't want this to be outrageously heavy, but we're not going to have a crazy number of these. You know, like maybe a couple hundred at most. So what we want to do, I think, is something kind of like, we just want a really hard line. This kind of thing, where it almost looks like we have a glow. Look, I didn't really do that quite the way I wanted to. Is this not actually black? Looks black. Why can I see something's not right? I shouldn't be able to see anything out here. If I'm truly, is it, maybe it's the, why can I see, what? Okay, maybe a smooth step is the actual way to do this. Something is not Oh, we don't need that. Okay, maybe that's my problem. I think we need to think of this in the opposite direction and put black over here. And then not quite getting me where I want to be. Maybe we come in a little. In fact, probably the right thing to do is to do the back faces. Like render this back face instead. That probably makes more sense, but that'll screw up the Fresnel. So that, but you can kind of see the point. It lets it seem like you have softness. We'd have to deal with this separately, but that's the thing we could do. That's not a terrible idea. I kind of like this. Yeah, so I mean, it is. Well, you're right. We could do that even without transparency. I think the transparency would be cool, maybe as they like move in front of each other, because then we could have some additiveness that we couldn't have otherwise. But now that I say that, we could do this all from the front, really. The thing I'm not. Yeah, we have to see how it works. This is in VR, so you will have stereo. Let's just render the front again. Anyway, it's a way that we can have some soft. It's like a anti-aliasing trick, basically. Well, I did it. I am doing that principle, yes, for sure. I think it's a good trick. It's a good trick. It's just soften the edge a little bit. But the we need to make actual custom caps, I believe. So this could work if the caps line up perfectly and we add a little softness there. Then we get like fake anti-aliasing basically by just throwing away the actual pixelated edge of the. Because if we got rid of this, we would have some yuckies up here, anti-aliasing yuckies. But if we add this, we can kind of soften the yuckies a little bit. That's a technical term. But we could also get, got to decide where. And really, we could have a few phases. So we could have it like have a kind of a hard edge and then maybe a really hot spot in the middle. I don't know. So we could do. Done this before. I'm going to screw this up, so I got to think about it for 1 second. I guess we can just do the bad version first and go from there. So, bad at Blender. We want a UV sphere. UV spheres. We want 0.5 meter. The number of segments is actually important because ideally that is the exact number of segments that our cylinder has, but I'm going to ignore that for the moment because we can make a cylinder if we need to. Let's smooth shade it. And then the trick is, and I feel like this is where I screwed up before, like the normals, we're going to have problems with the normals, I think, but I'm not going to worry about the normals for the moment. So Z up. Faces. Delete these people. Oops, I didn't push the other button. That's lets me. Is it Z? Lets me select the back. Oops, I still have a single ghost face down here. Oh no! How did this happen to me? Okay, so we have this. I feel like we're gonna have slight problems with the normals. I think the normals are not gonna be exactly pointed the way we want, but maybe it's okay. It's only gonna be a problem once we start to, if we try to scale things in a weird way. But I didn't mean to type crap there. I said cap, 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 and then I feel a little amped up. Sorry about that. Cap. Okay, so we want to, that's fine, call the mesh cap. Export an FBX of this somewhere. Where? I don't know. Not fully sure this is really how I want to do this, but it's the path we're on. So inside the ring, we'll just have a models folder. I'll put the cap in here. And we want to actually keep Z. Y up. I always forget how this is going to import, but let's see. Okay, so now we can switch the model, the mesh for both of these to the cap. And that was the wrong one. For the tail, sorry, for the tail and the head, switch that to the cap. So it's not bad, but you can see it's not, oh boy, it's not perfect for a few reasons, but we'll just make a body. It's not perfect because it has the wrong number of divisions and because obviously we can see the top of the cap. So let's make the body. So we want a cylinder with a radius. Let's make this just 1 tall and 0.5, and then we can get rid of that other scaling. And then we want no caps. And we want 32 vertices. So these should line up perfectly. Possibly, maybe. Where are you? Oh no, did I add that inside the cap? I didn't mean to do that. Kind of funny that let me do that. Okay, add mesh cylinder. This is all correct. Shade smooth. Said shade smooth. Shade smooth. Okay, and this will be called the body. And this will be called the body. And you will have a material known as the body. 10 o'clock. It'll be quiet. Let's then we'll call this the bar. So now we should be able to use our body. Oops. And right. So we need to rotate the cap away. Oh no, what have I said? Listen. It's moderately suggestive. So we need to, the body needs to, we could actually, is this a good idea? Negative scale this, but we'll see the back faces, so that's probably a bad idea. So we don't want to do that. I don't know the best way to do this, but we'll just do like a tail.local rotation, and we want to make that equal to a quaternion that basically goes from, just create a rotation that goes from up to down. It's not the most elegant way to do that. So let's get rid of all of our length. Actually, we keep the other lengths, just not that one. So, okay. You can still see we have like very, looks like there's very slight variations in the, whoa, the Fresnel really, Fresnel is really failing us on the, our alpha Fresnel is only going to work. We could probably avoid that, but like by taking into account the like rotation relative to the camera or something. Ooh, I don't want to though. So that's a sad story. These are beautiful for now. We come up with other ways to shade. I think I've done that before actually, like based on like a single axis Fresnel. But let's ignore that for the moment because we're going to mainly be looking at these from the direction we want to look at them. So this sort of works the way I want it to, right? At length 0, it's just a polka dot, a pokey dot. And then this is designed to grow like with symmetrical growth, which doesn't have to be, but it can. Oh, I didn't test the radius. Does it work? Hey, I didn't actually expect that to work on the first try. How about that? Okay, so what we're gonna do is what? We're gonna change our ring scene to, instead of have a bar prefab, can I do this? I think I can. I feel like it's gonna get mad at me. So instead of the scale here, we just want to set the something is wrong to this. Or something like this. What are you mad about? Oh, well, that's my own fault. Just thinking about that edge problem, but it's kind of a tricky problem. I don't know how I want to handle it. So anyway, now what's going to happen? Is this going to work? What did I forget to do? They're probably going to be huge. And I've probably forgotten some critical step. I don't like this. I hate this, in fact. Why are you like this? That it defaults to being, if I mouse over, the camera goes in crazy. It's a very, like, why would you do that? Why would you make that happen? I've broken something. Probably lost my, yeah. What we should probably do is this. And then we should probably do, no, we do still have the bar. So why didn't that work? What was the actual error? There's a problem in here with like the instantiation. I have not yet fixed. I don't really want to fix. Just like an order of operations kind of thing. Huh. Job temp alloc has allocations that are more than maximum lifespan of 4 frames old. Why would that be true? That shouldn't be true. Why would that ever be true? It's troubling. I haven't really tested any of that stuff on Windows yet. I wonder if I've made some grievous error. What do you think I've done wrong? Oh, well, that would be part of the problem. Like on a static method on a thing that doesn't exist. Why does make the job nest system happy? I don't really understand why that happened, but this is so stupid. Why would you do that? Even if it just defaulted to like not like being in non-selected state, it would be fine. But okay, we've got a slight problem here, very slight. See if you can spot what it is. Have you worked it out yet? That's right. The rings are a little too big. So let's do we'll just set the radius when we go through this. I like this song. Reminds me of Twin Peaks. Okay, try that one more time. So this is going to give us a bunch of like glowy tubes. I don't know if this really gets us somewhere good. How are we going to fix this initialization order problem? I know the right way to do it. I don't really want to do the right way though. I hate this. Can we not fix this? This is so stupid. All I want is for it to not start in headset mode. That's it. I feel like that is not that much to ask. It's hard for me to imagine a person wanting that. Like, what would make you? Why would you want that? I just want it to default to nothing. I don't really know what the appropriate place is. The simulator will be loaded. That's cool, but can we just make it not suck? all it needs to do is like default to not responding to the mouse. That's it. That's all it needs to do. You can hit escape. I just don't want to have to hit escape every time. Why would you not do this? I mean, I could turn off tracking, but then if I did want to move, I would have to go turn it on every time. Why? I mean, I kind of just don't want the mouse look, or we would do like mouse look, but require a modifier key, but then we have to go into, like, I think you can't do that, unfortunately, without like at the input action level. I think you unfortunately can't just say like right now, mouse delta. Tell the UI controller. That's not really the thing we want. Like, how could you change this? It just seems like I don't understand how anyone would want this to work the way that it works. It seems insane to me. Like, why would you want it so that you immediately like look away from the things you're trying to look at? It just makes no sense. Like, if it was click drag, that would be amazing, but I don't think there's a way to like track the modifier keys in that way. Like, I just want to click and drag, or hold a key and drag, or something. I wonder if does this actually toggle stuff based on... It doesn't, unfortunately. Why is it so bad? I just, like, why would you want that? Is there a bug filed for it sucks? I mean, maybe there's a like, maybe there's a way to do it programmatically. Seems insane. Like, manipulate head action. Input system action used to enable manipulation of the AMD while held. So this is on... I don't see that. Is this a different, do I not have this version or something? It's the XR Interaction Toolkit 2.5.0. What do I have? I have something newer than that. F3? F3? My enemy? XR Interaction Toolkit 3? Yeah, I do have a newer version of this. You can cycle it with tab, which is better. It's a better button than F3, for sure. So this looks like it's manipulate head action to enable manipulation of the head-mounted display when held. Must be a button control. Like that almost sounds like the thing I want. But I don't manipulate head action. What is this? Right button mouse. But that doesn't seem like that works the way you would. This looks like it's what I want, but it doesn't. So that doesn't make sense to me.
All the progress that human beings have made on this old earth of ours.
If I hit escape, so for example, I can hold like the manipulate left action is like shift or spacebar or something.
For if dreams die, life is a
Oh no, it's T or Y. Oh no, sorry, that's toggle. Manipulate left and right is, yeah, left shift or space. So like when I hold those, I'm controlling these, which is great. So why doesn't that puts me there? It seems like it doesn't work the way you would expect. Because that sounds like the thing I want, right? That manipulate head action. Input system action used to enable manipulation must be a button control. That seems like the thing. Doesn't that seem like a thing I would want? Hand to controller. Cycle devices. There's probably like a perform in here or something. Oh my gosh. On cycle devices perform. The thing is, cycle logic is first person, left device, right device. Targeted device none. That's what I want. I want the default to be targeted device none. Targeted device input. So I just don't, so I just edit this and change it to not be stupid. Like, I guess I could run something separately. I'm very confused though, because that manipulate really makes it seem like I should be. Why would you not just expose this, by the way? Also, the manipulate head device thing, how do you... I mean, it really is just as stupid as this. If they just had made this public, where I could just drop this down, everything would be fine. If this was just... that, and I could just set this to not be stupid. The problem is you can't really edit packages like that. Like it's just going to get overwritten up constantly. Anytime I do anything related to the package manager, it's going to mess with that. Oh, unless this is a custom editor. Yeah, this is it. This is all I want. It's just none. Don't be stupid. Am I just missing the place that is? Yes, lovely. So these are still a little on the big side. They also, oh, I forgot I got rid of the lerp, huh? Oh, shame on me. So we can make these like skinnier. And maybe make this not as... So that's the idea. I don't know if it's good. Well, okay, let's add our 0.05, 0.75 on the ring. So I file a bug with Unity that says don't make that thing suck. So we need to lazy lerp our sorry for being cranky. Software makes me so cranky because it's all so bad. Let's just lazy lerp this. I guess we just always want to be lerping like this is my preferred lazy lerp. Vars I dot length. I don't get cranky like that with Sudoku. It's only and let's do this in time, delta time. Oops. Which means like, it's effectively saying for where we are right now, it would take me 1 second to get from A to B, like the current length to where I want to be. Obviously it's not really true because we're changing those values every second, but let's just make that like 8 times faster. So it would effectively be 1/8 of a second to get all the way where we're going, but we're running at something like, 60 times a second or something. So it's kind of like a low pass filter, kind of, sort of. We have the very high frequency change of every single frame we get a new value, and we don't really want that. It's not really a low pass filter. I mean, I guess it is technically. We're filtering out high frequency data in a certain way. So it's just maybe not the way you normally build it. So let's try this. These should be smoother now. They're very jiggly. So what I was thinking might be kind of cool is if these were spinning. Like if the whole thing was spinning, but then also sort of individually they were spinning. How would we do that? I think we only place it once. So once we place it, if we rotated it locally on its own x-axis, will that do the thing? Not really convinced that it would. Like if we did this... That's not what I expected to happen at all. Wait. But this is the local rotation. Why is it the y-axis? I guess that is just its y. Okay, that's not really what I expected. But it kind of do... Why is it the world Y? I guess because I have all of them selected, and it's sort of weird. I have to think about that. I mean, it'd be easy to do programmatically. Oh no! Let's go, Joe. I'm sure it's great. Okay, I'm ready. I want to see it. And I'll probably stop streaming pretty soon. Okay, so a clue outside the grid represents the sum of all the digits where the digit is in the nth cell seen from the clue. So it's sort of like sum of all the digits that are like properly indexed or like self-indexed, I guess is a way you would sort of describe it. Like it's the sum of all of the, I mean, it's very elegant. Oh, those 15s. How? Well, that's pretty weird. The symmetry of this looks insane. How's that even possible? So looking from this way, there's some digits, the digits that properly self-index. Well, okay, now I'm interested in this. So one of these is 1, 4, and one of these is 2, 3. Okay, I just said I wasn't going to solve this puzzle. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really interesting. The weird balance. And the 25. That almost seems hard to do. Oh, unless whoever's in the middle can count for both. Okay, I'm not going to look at it anymore. Coach, I think it looks cool. I'm excited to solve it. So, one thing. How did I do this? I was sort of wondering if I think it would be cooler to It's hard to know what's cool or not in this life. Why can't I? Why does it feel like things aren't? Oh, am I positioning these every frame? I'm not. Why can't I? Because of the visualization rate. Okay, I see. That's why I can't mess with that. I can actually like grab this handle, and then I could manipulate it and like hold it and throw it around. So I think this would look cooler, maybe, if, how did we orient this? So we said up looking towards there, but if we did this, I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna do it. I'm definitely getting sleepy. I've been working on this for weeks now. I hope it has some life. I seem to have done that really incorrectly, but sort of in a way that's cool. I guess we need the we want up to look in I don't know if I did that correctly. Oh no. I think there's something to it. I mean it is I think it's compelling. It's interesting. It's interesting to see. Maybe this isn't the perfect realization of it, but it's an interesting idea. I like the idea of the I think maybe the thing you need are like well, I don't know. I will refrain from commenting since I didn't actually solve it yet, but okay. This might be cooler. In terms of like being in VR and being able to sort of move this around and position it. Probably want to like remove the rotation on those whenever we get a new scene. This app has some stuff in it now. None of it's very good. This is absurd. This was just me trying to figure out stencils without needing any like fancy rendering techniques. I mean, it is a little bit fancy. And unfortunately, the stencils are more complicated than they should be in URP. But I think I have a way that I'm okay with. So what if this whole thing was rotating? And like as it was rotating, it left trails in space behind it or something? I don't know. I don't know what this obviously certainly needs more. Some color would be nice. We could set an index on the shade or like a hue. Okay, let's do those two things and then maybe call it. Let's add some rotation over time. This is one of those things I've written 7,000 times in Unity, but never really am content with. Just because there's a lot of ways to rotate a thing. So we want to like, is this by an amount or what is the by some angles? So if we're doing like that's not what we want though. But that's around a point in space, which it seems like not. Might just be rotate is the thing. Why are you like this? Does this just like apply a rotation? Yeah. So this would be something like time.tilted time on the Y or something. And then what did I say? The color. So we'd need a way to, yeah, either we manipulate the shader or we do it somehow in like a world space thing based on, I don't want to do that. I want to, what do I want to do? We probably do want to like set the index at least. No reason to do this every frame, but so what we probably want to do, this is where it's a little lame. We'd sort of want to what would we want to do? Ten lines quads. I love quads. Quads are one of my favorite rule sets. 10 lines I struggle with. Maybe I just haven't done them enough. I really enjoyed that last 10 lines, even though I really floundered at the end, but Skojo's 10 lines with region sum lines was an interesting combo. I could see 10 lines with quads being fun. Quads just have such a, like, I don't know why. They have kind of like a chaotic pressure. Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see it. So, how do we want to do this? There's a few ways. One, we could just like take the body's material. I don't know. That's not right. And then something like, I think you can do something like this. And then we will have like, this is silly. Basically, we're going to get the body material and then create just our own copy to mess with it. Just so we can do stuff down here, like wait, same rules meaning hit rules or rules? That's a good way to set a puzzle, is by process of elimination. Just like set a clue and if it breaks the whole puzzle, don't do that. So we probably want to do a hue here that's normalized. How do we want to do this actually? Like I guess this is like, we really want this to be like a normalized index, I think. Something like this. So we'll just have a hue. We'll make this a normalized index. So this will be I divided by par count, something like that. And then in our shader, we'll have a hue. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna do it. Oh, 10 line quads. Yeah, it sounds. I'm intrigued. Wrong shader. So really, what we want, we need to add hue, and it will be slider. And I think there's a hue or HSV or something in here. Yeah, so we'll start with a color. What? Yeah, okay. I don't know the range normalized. Great. I was about to say I don't know the range, but it was just right there. That was very convenient. Thanks, Unity. So what we will probably want to do is start with a color that we like in terms of the hue. The hue will just be the hue, but we'll just get kind of a saturation and value that we like. And then we will take this and we will do what with it? We will feed this straight through, and then we'll like add something to this. What? It's not a float node? Okay. I just don't know how to use Unity. We just add 1 to this. That's too much. But if we add 0.5, that's not bad. So add that. We'll also want like the ability to control the intensity here. But this possibly maybe seems correct, right? So now we should be able to just tweak this hue and have that look okay. And then it would be kind of cool to have the radius influenced by... Nah, I don't like that. Never mind. The thing I was about to say would be cool. Not cool. So, this is fun. Why didn't the hue work?
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be...
Oh, because I broke everything. We did not assign rotation root. This might spin insanely fast. Or it might not spin at all. What's the matter with you? Or did I just not save that? Great. I don't have autosave turned on. There's probably a reason I turned that off, but I don't remember what it was. So, okay. Everybody, I feel like I was cranky today. I apologize. Software just makes me cranky because it's bad. So, I have done a poor job. Why do you think the rotation is not rotationing? Well, it is rotationing, which is funny. It's just that we didn't put the bars in it. But that's funny. It is funny. It's spinning very slowly. Let's perhaps see. Why can't we see it? The local rotation. There we go. So for one, it's spinning on the wrong axis, which is funny. So it needs to be spinning on its forward, probably. And faster. And then when we instantiate these should all just be in the rotation route. And this is too slow. No, this is too slow. Vector 3. So rotating on... we want a number on Z, so this should be forward, and this should be times rotation speed. And then I don't know why the color wasn't working at all, actually. So, float, rotation speed, I don't know, 10. That's not how you spell words. So why didn't the colors work? This normalized index. Well, that should actually just work. Should it? That should work just on the bar alone, right? So if we just opened this, shouldn't that work? No. Okay, definitely. Oh, right. I'm doing a thing I should not do. You can do this, but it's tricky to do it properly. But yeah, that's enough. Did I not just actually do it? We did do it. Set float. Oh, it's probably underscore hue, right? Like Unity defaults to adding underscores in front of material properties. That seems believable. Yes, okay. It's a problem. I don't know if it's the problem, but it's a problem. There's a problem. I'm just not getting anything done lately because I just want to work on this all the time. Okay, we have a beautiful rainbow. That's exciting. We have rotation. The rotation kind of breaks the for now, but it's a very simple thing. Probably really big too. Probably much bigger than I really want it to be. My radius. You got a foundation. I'm glad to hear it. I think this rule set sounds good. So why is my radius? Well, my radius is 1 because I set it to 1. This is probably going to mean that our lines are too chubby. You know, both in, like the length and the width is probably a bit much now. I already forgot if we were rendering these additively or not. I think we're not, but maybe we should be. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I really should stop soon before my neighbor's angry at me. We did do additive. Do I like it? I don't know if I like it. Do I like that? Ugh, that looks cool. There's always going to be a seam, but it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Probably go a little smaller on the radius. Some wobble. I think what like the additional elements are as a spatial. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but there's just a giant hole right in the middle of it. Now, what I've been thinking of though is the idea. We started this. I did it with the bubbles and started it with the comments. That in addition to being able to grab the anchor and move it around in space, that the triggers will always do something. So yeah, maybe the triggers give it some wobble. Maybe it starts to rotate along the kind of that rotate around the perimeter. So all of these are rotating around kind of in sequence. Could look cool. Maybe you can adjust the size. It still feels like it needs some additional elements. I'm not sold on it looks like candy. Could be taller. Way too tall. "45 degrees might be better." There's just like too much negative space, but maybe at 45 degrees, so there's just, it's like something between where we were and where we are. Also, maybe we like shift the axis a little bit. So right now it grows symmetrically. It doesn't have to. You know, it might be cool to make it not symmetrical, but have the try to do both channels. What's going on over here? It has a start on the thing that I'm wanting, which is like the hypnotic movement where I could just stare at it for a long time. So that's good. It's just, there's a big hole in the middle. I'm not very excited about. I mean, it could even just be in the center like a sphere doing RMS, like just a... These could be rotating on their individual. So on their individual x-axes. So rotate these. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're going to do it. We could also animate the color over time. It's going to look insane. And then we might want to do This is probably a bad idea what I'm doing. This on the right, I think, because up is. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. The yeah, so it's like 45 degrees or something, but the I mean, I'm almost imagining it's like kind of a flower, like where there's a sphere in the middle, and then they come out, and maybe the kind of point from which they animate is. I did that wrong, but definitely did it wrong. Okay. That's the x-axis. Why is that the x-axis? That doesn't make very much sense to me. Fun rainbow rave going on. Okay, so maybe this is supposed to be forward. Can't remember exactly. What did we do? We set it so to look at.
So do I.
I brought my tapes.
The up
I'll just
became the forward. It's up goes along that axis. I don't know. I'm not sure. Right. We didn't know. We're not situated for this, actually. We need to. That's a little bit tricky, actually. Like, how do we orient these such that they are. We need to align two axes. How do we do that? I know how we do it. We do it like we don't. Oh boy, I don't know. I think we do it like this. I think we do a look rotation, and I think there's a way to pass the up. Yeah, the upward will be. The forward of the rotation route. But the place we want to look is local rotation. I don't know if I did that correctly. Probably didn't. But while we're at it, let's make this way too fast. That should be additive, by the way. Okay. Fix, oh my gosh, how's it going? Yeah, I'm definitely, that is where we're headed here. We're headed into, the whole conceit is like recreating the golden age of late 90s music visualizers in augmented reality with some interactivity. Okay, I don't think I did that correctly, but let's see. Is that less correct or more correct? The color we fixed, and I love the color. We definitely broke the rotation axis, but that's fine. So, because now we've said that forward is towards the middle. That is. So we just need to rotate. What did I say? I said up was that way, and forward is in. So I need to rotate on the cross product of that, which should be left. Right? One would think. One would think that would be true. I know it's true. I mean, wait, you already finished setting that Sudoku? That was so fast. Can I look at your grid? Did you whisper it to me? I won't solve it now. I just sometimes I just need to see people's grids. It's true, binary. So, like there's a serendipity factor. Still wrong. That's rotating. Well, that doesn't seem right at all. We just changed it to rotate. What? We need to. Is this not right? Does this need to be like rotate around local? With the axis. Seems unhappy with me. Transform, rotate. Is there another signature for rotate? Why does it not show me the signatures here? Why do you just complain? 5 overloads, awesome. So show me some overloads, you dummy. Why is it not showing me the overloads? Can't I? Isn't there a that is what we want. Okay. So I think we just want almost this, but oops. This. I don't know if that's right. Oh, my eyeballs. Okay, I'm ready to see this grid called Nameless Sudoku. I like the shape of this. I don't know. I mean, it's got kind of like a butterfly kind of shape. It's got kind of a, and it looks like a butterfly specimen to me. That's my first impression. I'm not saying that's necessarily the right way to go, but it has sort of this pinned butterfly look to it. It's a beautiful grid. Look at these high digits over here. These are low digits over here. Okay, I'm going to stop looking or I'll just start solving it. Looks nice. I'm a sucker for symmetry. I can't... It's the way to my Sudoku heart. Okay, I don't know if I have this access right. It's definitely time to stop streaming. I keep saying that, and then I keep going. I gotta go see it in VR. See what we... I just can't get this right, can I? The axis this is rotating on makes no sense to me. Because it should be a local... Oh, was it the wrong? Not vector 3 left, it's transform left. That's probably it. For a brief moment, it was doing the thing we wanted. That also, the Nameless made me think of the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. Is that what the Nameless King was? I don't remember. Gosh, I just really am struggling with getting this axis right. Although, why? You want to rotate around your own right. There must be some like fundamental problem with how I'm aiming these. I thought this would guarantee we want to look. I guess we're not really setting. I'm not orienting these the way that I thought I was, I guess. Which doesn't seem right, because it seems like that should be the orientation I want, right? Like the okay, maybe we can just go investigate. I feel like we're like slowly heading towards something that could be cool. Very slowly. Kind of want these to be little rings, little Fruit Loops. Would that be cool? You look like a toothing toy. Okay, what? So we have a problem, and the problem is. So this is even without our rotation. So we're broken here. And what I was trying to do was create a rotation Is that my problem? Should effectively be 0, but I think that's what I want. Maybe that was my problem, is I was pointed towards a world position instead of a local position. Sounds like a very me mistake. Classic blunder. No, still broken. Why are you broken now? Like, these local axes are all the same, and they're all pointing. The forward is correct. The up. Well, that makes even less sense, actually. Because within the rotation route, we are looking. What am I doing here? We want to create a look rotation. Maybe the thing to do is leave this global and also leave this. I'm going to look at with the up being, I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I effectively want to set 2 axes at the same time, and I'm not quite sure how to do that. I mean, other than like constructing a quaternion that represents that rotation. Yeah, go to sleep, Isaiah. It's up too late. It's up too late. You're up too late. Did I make a company's logo? It is starting to look like sort of logo-ish. Isaiah, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for sharing your puzzle. It looks really cool. So what's the right way to do this? Like it's very easy to, I mean, do I need to do this as in 2 steps or? I'll forever struggle with conceptualizing rotations. Maybe I need to do this in 2 steps. This doesn't seem like it should be that hard. That is the rotation root's forward vector, which is coming at my face, I think. And we want, I mean, it'd be nice to do like a from to, but on, actually, maybe that's a way to think about this. Okay, I'm gonna get these backwards, but we want to create up to forward, right? From maybe we do want to do this in world space. That's one thing we want to do. I think that's actually not right though, because we really want it to be the rotation roots forward. So this should make things point forward, which is part of the battle, right? Isaiah's just in the middle of the ocean. Wait, why doesn't this show me what time it is? It seems like a very simple thing. There we go. Okay. Where is it 3 a.m.? Iceland? No. Greenland? St. John's, Canada? It's almost 3 in New York. Bermuda. Oh, Merritt said, okay, that was a reasonable guess. I went for Canada. You're not in the Bermuda Triangle. I was sort of hoping you're in the Bermuda Triangle, but... Remember for like the whole second half of the 20th century where the Bermuda Triangle was like a key plot device? And then we just all decided to not do that. So what's funny is this almost looks right. Sort of. No, it doesn't. So I see. So once we get the forward rotation, then we need to rotate on the Y such that, can we do a from to on an axis? Is that a thing that you can do? I know I'm making this harder than I should. So now we want a quaternion. Gosh, I know there's easier ways to do this. I don't know why I'm struggling this much with it. to rotation from forward to the this just can be forward because this is I'm in and then I want to be facing from forward to 0 basically. So I need to face like minus my local position. I'm absolutely making this more complicated than it needs to be. And no, I definitely am. Just for some reason can't get my brain to do this. Oh, even though, okay. Well, I think I can think of a very silly way to do it. Maybe that's the better way to do it. Oh man, that's cool. Almost. This is kind of the idea though. And then like just to get us rotations on the right axes. But this is not quite right. Okay, but I have an idea now. Maybe. If we keep the ups. So if we just like is that gonna be the world 0 or no, it should just be local. So okay, so we do this and then we want to make an adjustment to the ring, kind of screwing up our XZ axis situation, but I think this is going to make life a little easier for me because I'm just not getting it. Let's rotate this 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees, so it's Y forward, and then let's change this to be like this, and then rotate it around I don't know if that's right. Well, it's completely wrong. For reasons that are truly baffling. Whatever axis this is spinning on is very exciting. Why would that be true? Does this not work the way that I think it does? Rotate around the given axis. Oh, do I need to do, can I give this a space? Is that the problem? Space self. Oh, is that that might be have been my problem with the looks too. So this still does not solve the problem, unfortunately. All my forwards are not where I think the forward should be.
You're a bug, Mr. Wordsworth, a crawling insect, an ugly, misformed little
I
creature
don't
who has
I don't know
no
why.
purpose here, no meaning.
Why you like this? What's the default of this? Oh, maybe I do like this world actually.
If I speak one for aloud, that thought lives, even after I'm shoveled into my grave.
Definitely getting tired and reaching extreme diminishing returns. This is definitely one of those things is where I feel like within 2 minutes of turning off the stream, it will be very obvious to me the thing I've been struggling with for half an hour. It's usually how it goes. Okay, but the problem is I think our looks are still not quite correct, and I'm struggling to understand why, because they're like almost correct, which is weird. Like I would expect these forwards. This feels like it should work. Or maybe that's not true. Or is this going to do it on on some insane axis? Well, I'm going to do it on some insane axis, right? But maybe this is where we can give it the up of the rotation root forward. This song is unhinged. Okay, this is not. Where's the music player? Oh, no, I can't find it. It's not a bad song. It's just bonkers. But I think we need the up. This should not be a hard problem. It really shouldn't be. I need to align two axes, but I feel like I should get one of them for free and I'm just not getting it. I just don't. Why? Why? This is setting forward. Did I do it backwards? Oh, maybe I just did this backwards. No, I want to look here with the second is the up. Okay, I'm gonna give up soon because I'm just getting tired. But let's try one more. This really feels like it's an incredibly simple, obvious thing, and it's just, I don't know. I just want to go so that my forward is looking basically like along my own position. Something like that, you know? But apparently my brain is just not functional. I'm gonna go to bed and do Sudoku. Tired of these rotations. Tired of battling them. This is almost the thing I want to happen. It's just not quite the thing I want to happen. And I don't really, I mean, eventually this is exactly what I want to do. I want to be rotating along. I want to have weird arbitrary rotations so I can do stuff like this. But first I want to be aligned. And I really am shocked. I think it's one of those things I just need to do off stream. It's ridiculous that I'm having this hard a time. There's just like a couple layers of rotation. It's enough to make it complicated, but it's really frustrating. I mean, maybe that's part of my problem actually, is that I need to not do these. Yeah, I'm not doing anything in there. I'm just like the vector represented by the it's local position. Okay, I don't know if that fixes it, but that is a thing that is wrong. Fix it will. It's where it happens. Or when I'm flossing, but I ran out of floss. There's more floss on the way, but it's taking its sweet time to get here. This is real. I haven't flossed in 2 days. It's not. That's probably my problem, is I can't think properly because I'm not sufficiently okay, did we get it? That is not really what I wanted, but I'll take it because it's close enough, because we can rotate. No, it's, wait, is it? Oh gosh, it's almost what we want. But the axis is not consistent in a way that I'm truly baffled by. Like Y is always up, which is fine. Y is the axis I don't understand, but whatever. That makes no sense to me. What? It's close. And it's almost close enough to just work. The Y is not where I thought Y would be. But if it was consistent, like where the X was left or whatever, that would be fine. But it's not consistent. It's heartbreaking. Vix, I appreciate you coming around. It's nice to see your name. I love this little weird envelope we have. I mean, it's cool as hell. And I'm into it. I just want to have control over it. Okay. How did we end up with Y being away is a question that I have for you. This is the forward vector. So we've already positioned ourselves inside And now oh, well, that is a thing though. Up. Up is not up. Up is. You're the. I kind of forgot we changed this rotation so that we're. Ugh, do I go change that back now? Kind of want to. I think I've made things more confusing. Let's not rotate this for the moment. Let's change this back to something that kind of makes sense. And let's go with this. Oh my gosh, this mess of a project, it's been an uphill battle. But at least it like mostly functioned. Like the history of this project is ridiculous. I've been working on it for weeks, very like obsessively. It started where I was just thinking like, oh, I'll just build a thing that lets you like whatever music you're listening to, it'll just visualize it. And then went through so many iterations of trying to get the data I need from the streaming music services and having them like battle me at every stage, to the point that I made my own streaming music service. So now I have my own streaming music service. Okay, this is almost the thing that I want, because now I think we can rotate on X and be happy. So yeah, I made a streaming music service, had to fight. Oh yeah, whatever. Like all the audio stuff was such a battle. So now let's rotate on. I don't know if this space is going to be right, but let's see. I had to do lots of fighting to get this, to get audio in and playing, and where I could get the data. I did lots of work on the audio analysis, and now it like kind of sort of works. Like the general functionality is there. It just doesn't look good, which is a problem for Music Visualizer, because that's kind of one of the main things you want it to do. Okay, that is not right. It's almost right. It really is almost right. So something is crazy. But maybe that does need to be in world space because I'm giving it the local transforms. Although, or I could do it in self space and give it a different, just give it actual right. I don't know which is better. A cute little baby bonnet. Okay. Good heavens. So we are finally just doing the very basic thing of spinning in circles. It's absurd that was that hard. But here we are. So I think actually I could just do vector3.right in here and do this in here. And make this like 16 and then turn this back on, which is, it's probably screwed up now. But we could just do this on forward. Oh my gosh, this still is not what I expected it to be. We made the forward look outward, but that's not what it looks like. It looks like up is looking outward, and I don't understand. But it must be... Gosh, I don't know. Is that the problem, that this, since it is in local space, this should... Okay, well, let's do this one thing at a time so I don't break it too badly. It's almost midnight. My poor neighbor. The old neighbor who used to get mad at me and knock on the wall moved out. Okay. Are we doing the thing? Yes. Uh-oh. Break that. Okay. I kind of want to try this one thing and make this. Like this. And then we could have a offset based on the, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, but how do we do it? It would be by a number of degrees based on the normalized doodad. I broke it again. Or did I? Yes. I super did. So I just don't understand how math works, apparently. So let's, I know I keep saying I'm done, but let's do, I want to do this. Plus I don't think I'm making this better. I think I'm just making it different. More and more different, but not necessarily better. Forgot the stream broke at the beginning. Wow, nailed it. That seems like not quite right. Is it just all we were supposed to do? Right, this is definitely not correct because this is supposed to rotate by an amount. So we should do that only one time. Something like this. Well, there's something that will happen when we get it right. Maybe like where we have some like mathematical underpinning to the chaos where it will hopefully look interesting. I don't really know that that's true, but I hope it's true. Okay. This is what I was trying to do. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's what I was trying to do. And we could even have like more curves in it if we wanted to. I don't know if I like it. I think I maybe don't like it. Now that I spent an hour trying to get it. I mean, maybe these just spin really fast. The idea is to add a twist, you know. You could do that. You could say you wanted 2 twists, perhaps. And you could say that you wanted to spin. In fact, you could modulate the speed based on the intensity or something like that. But I think I need to be done for today. Some of this stuff you never know until you see it in VR anyway. I mean, I don't think this is very good. But hopefully, like, at least some of the tools, like some of the underpinnings will be useful. Okay, like that's... kind of cool. Problem is, I think when we animate it, it just gets so chaotic that you kind of lose the... I mean, the hypnotic effect is definitely working on me. Oh, yeah, it's definitely working. It's got like a hypnotic, like an octopus or something that is about to kill me. Which is a feeling you want. You want the feeling of a deadly octopus. Problem is that when I play, I think it's going to be too chaotic. And I think you'll lose that tight percussion. Okay, now that I spent an hour making it rotate, I think I don't like the rotation. I think that's my... I think that's where I've landed. And it's sad, but... But what if we did just 45 degrees? I keep saying I'm going to be done and then I'm not done. Well, sort of did that backwards, but you get the idea. Did I? Oh, it's because of this. It's because of this. I don't know. I don't know if it was all worth it. I mean, the progress today was not bad in terms of the like updates to all the audio analysis stuff. So like tech progress today, I'll take it. Visualizer oh no, not again. I've broken it again. I've broken it again. Oh no. Wait, what did I do? We changed rotate on your forward. You have no rotation. What, instance? Well, although we did all this work and we just got like taffy floating in the sky. It was just like candy. Except sky candy. Okay, well, we're back to where we were. Did I lose my tangential x-axis? No, I still have them. So we can still do this. Whoa, sorry. Yikes. Sorry about that. Not good. I always imagine like an interleaved thing too. I mean, this is very simple, but oh no, it looks like a macOS spinning beach ball now. We do this, probably what I want to do. This is going to be wrong. Oh, excuse me. Did that correctly. I feel like I did not. Well, I should have built this in such a way that it was easier to visualize while editing, but didn't. Okay, I did do it correctly. The radius is way too big, but cut the radius down. Why is it still outrageously huge? I guess it's a full meter. So we could make it
My brain's getting so tired.
Okay, and then we would further thin out the bars. Why did that require such a massive reconsideration, Unity? So we'll make this smaller and maybe make this bigger. And then I kind of just want to put an orb in the middle. Yeah, just for good measure, good old-fashioned orb. Problem is, I don't really want this one to have a hue, so let's also, what did we have the saturation set to originally? How did we do this? That's the wrong thing. That's why I'm confused. Okay. We input color.
In thick weather, he is guided by radial beams and receives detailed reports of conditions ahead, gleaned through special instruments and new methods of meteorological calculations.
So, and then
He sits behind engines, the reliability of which, measured by yardsticks of the past,
I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but and then what do we make the radius? This can be something, and then I don't know. It's after midnight. I think it's bedtime. Oh, is it? We gotta switch into the ASMR mode. I haven't done that in a long time. It's normally reserved for Sudoku. Okay, well that's all wrong. That is not really what I expected that. Right, because we did a scale, not a radius. So this would need to be double. Could skew all those a little bit. Should they grow out of the... It's like a flower. I don't know about that. I don't think it's good. And these are also backwards, by the way. break the music playing? Probably. In retrospect, now I wish I had done the sprite version and that we had just done like a million crazy sprite layers. Maybe that's what we need to do here. Is just fully I feel like we could
You'll have plenty of time to find out all the things you want to know.
I'm afraid not.
other pieces of data. Crazy. What happened? One of these people is really struggling. I don't know what I did. What did I do to that one? I must have grabbed it in a upsetting way. It's funny that it something about like the on enable instantiating a bunch of other data we could visualize. It's just none of the rest of it is normalized, unfortunately. You could normalize it against like the peak of what you ever saw. understand why these are different. Oh, I see. Because I scaled out on more axes than I meant to. How did that work? What? Why didn't you become additive? Right. Okay, we gotta be done. We gotta be done. This is done. We're all done here. Okay, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Lovely to see you all. Skojo and Isaiah and Vix. I really appreciate it. It's nice of you to keep me company. I'm going to say goodbye to you in the ASMR voice, which is a little weird, but it's late and I don't want the neighbors to bang on the wall. And so this is how we talk. Anyway, I gotta stitch the videos together because there was a crash. Annoying. Well, it's annoying, but anyway, it'll be fine. Okay, goodbye, friends. I will see you next time. Thank you.